Hello everyone, welcome to Beach Investing. I am your host, Andre Angelkowski, and today we are with a very special guest. His name is Jeff Reed. He is a renovation specialist in the Toronto Beaches, East York area. Welcome, Jeff.
Yeah.
And today I have an interesting story. So Jeff Reed, he has this property here in East York. It's located near Woodbine and O'Connor, so the far northeast corner of East York, so as far as you can get. And when he first bought this property, his intention was to flip it, and instead he came up with an alternative which was, in my opinion, a lot better, so he decided to rent it out. So Jeff, I wanted to ask you what exactly happened here?
Well, one thing that I don't think people realize is that flipping houses is really hard work. Majority of the houses that we do are about 4 to 6 months long, full-time, around the clock. So when an opportunity comes to pick up a house that's in a good area and you can make money on an ongoing basis without having to renovate it over and over, you jump at it. And something that we realized that this is a great geographical area. And if we can get between 4 and 6% return every year without doing any renovations and have the renters pay for the mortgage, then that's like doing a flip on a $500,000 house. You can make $25,000, $30,000 just in appreciation. So that's smart business.
So a lot of investors have told me, Andre, I want to stay south of Danforth. That's where all the action is happening. That's where all the money is. That's where all the demand is. We can't really find tenants in East York that are willing to pay $2,000 for a house or for the main and second floor. And you rented this place out yesterday, and I don't know if you guys can tell, but this house is not ready just yet. It's in the final stages. Got what, another week or two till it's complete?
Yeah, another 2 weeks.
And you've rented it for how much?
$3,350.
$3,350 plus utilities?
Yeah.
That's the whole house.
Yeah.
In East York. This is, mind you, that's an executive style home, right? So why don't you tell us, how in the world did you get that?
Well, what we do in order to capitalize on the premium rents is we separate the homes into 2 units. So you can duplex in East York. So we have a basement apartment and we have the top 2 floors, which is a 3-bedroom unit as well. What happened in this situation is that somebody came in and fell in love with the top 2 floors and asked if it would be alright if they also took the bottom floor, because they have some young children. There are some professionals in the area. They actually own a couple of restaurants, sort of upper income bracket, and they had sold their house recently around in this area. They wanted to capitalize on a high market, and they figured this is a good time to sell, so they sold their place. And in the meantime, they've cashed out of that one, and they want to rent for a little while and then probably get back into the market when they think it's going to be a low season, where it's a buyer's market. So in the meantime, they wanted to stay in sort of an upper class place with a nice yard. They'd actually gone through quite a dramatic renovation on their house, trying to get it ready to put on the market. They've had enough renos. This house we did about $150,000 renovation to, and it's a completely new home from the ground up, inside and out. So that's what they came into this one. We've just put it on the market in the last week or so, as we're completing it and putting the final touches on it. And we only did a couple of showings, and they asked if they could take it for a 2-year lease. And because they liked it so much, they actually volunteered to pay the first year up front. So we'll actually, as they move in, we'll get a check for a little over $40,000, and which helps a lot to cover the cost of the renovations and the mortgage, of course.
So that's an incredible story. It's very inspiring for me, and very motivating for me to actually, look in East York. For those people who doubted East York, there is opportunity in East York. You can get those rents in East York. I personally didn't think you can get $3,350 but when you get to the renovation or the caliber of executive style, that is, I guess, what you can get. It's not done completely just yet, but maybe in a week or two we'll come back here and we'll take a quick look around, and I'll bring the video camera around, and we'll see the final product.
Sure, I'll give you a tour.
Now, just can you give us an idea of how you sort of go about making your houses into executive styles? Like, why do that? Why do you do that?
Well, first of all, we come from, my team and I come from renovating in and around the Rosedale area, Forest Hill, for the last over 20 years in Toronto now. And we've been fortunate enough to get into touch with some of Toronto's top architects, top designers. And as a result, we're getting a feel for what the commonalities are, and the different techniques that they use, the different colors that they use. So we're trying to do the same in our rentals and appeal to some of the people that have a bit of a taste for style. And we've spent a considerable amount of time last winter researching what ways we can get the top dollar for rent. So on this particular project, we've worked with one of Toronto's top designers that's very published and very renowned, and she's helped us out with things like colors, and we've spent a little bit extra and gone for things like custom cabinetry and granite throughout, and you know, a little bit of in-wall speakers and you know, solid wood trim and whatnot, so that we can target the people, the professionals that are in East York. We've done some research, and there is some people that have some money and that can appreciate quality here. We're only 10 or 15 minutes from downtown, so it's a good place if you want free parking and you want to have a backyard that you can throw a football around in, close to schools, swimming pool at the end of the street, curling rinks, 10 or 15 ball diamonds really close by. So no, there's a lot of executive people here that are interested in buying quality or renting quality. So.
And can you tell us how much cash flow you're getting, or will be getting, once everything is done and over?
This one we're expecting to make about $1,200 a month take home.
$1,200 in your pocket.
Yeah.
That's great to hear. And if someone wants to, I guess, find out more information on you, Jeff, can you just briefly tell us how we can get in touch with you, your websites?
Sure. We've got a house flipping website if you're interested in learning more, called thehouseflipper.ca, and we've got another website coming up. If you Google priority management, there's some information there. We'll also be teaching some classes on house flipping and hiring contractors in the near future.
So we'll talk about that in the near future. Thanks, and I hope you've learned some things here. Thanks a lot, Jeff. It's great to have you.
Okay, thank you
See
very
you
much.
soon.